Respected brothers, respected elders, respected youngsters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. After praising Allah the Almighty and sending salutation upon Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, I begin by thanking Allah for giving me the opportunity to convey the message of Allah and the message of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And I pray that Allah accept in me delivering these messages. And I pray to Allah that Allah accepts in your humble efforts in listening to these messages. Respected brothers, today's topic is regarding the 7 most powerful lessons on how to be successful in this world and in the life after. 7 most important lessons on how to be successful in this world and in the life after. Number 1. Lesson number 1. Always put Allah first. Out of the 7 most important lessons on how to be successful is number 1, put Allah first. Put Allah first in everything you do. Put Allah first before making any decisions, before taking a second step. Because remember, everything we have achieved, it is from Allah. Everything that we have, and we don't have anything, but those things that we have is from the grace of Allah. Everything we have accomplished, the degrees that we have, the qualifications that we have, the family that we have, the relationships that we have, the country that we live in, the environment that we live in, everything is from the grace of Allah. Lesson number 1 is to put Allah first. Lesson number 2. Fail big. Fail big. What's the meaning of failing big? Meaning, do not be afraid to fail. Do not be afraid to fail, because it comes in an IQ test. You have to draw 5 lines within the 9 dots. And the only way you can draw these 5 lines within these 9 dots without lifting a pen is if you draw outside the box. So try to think outside the box. Take risks in life professionally. Do not be afraid to fail. Because imagine the position that we are in now. How many times have we failed in life? And imagine that if we did not take a second step, where would we have been today? For example, a person fails in a driving test. But just because a person failed once, does that mean that he does not take any other test? A person takes an exam for a university degree. Imagine if he failed and he left the whole university, where would he have been today? A person fails in marriage. So what does he do? He tries something else. He does not fail in that marriage, meaning he does not lose up on himself. A person has started a new business. Just because he failed the first week does not mean he loses the full business. Try taking chances. If this method did not work, try a different method. If you have failed with one instructor, for example, try a different instructor, try a different city, try a different car, but do not lose up on yourself. Be proud when you fail, because the best of the failures are those who get up and keep on going. Let me repeat that again. The best of the failures are those who gets up and keeps on going. So lesson number 2, do not be afraid to fail. Do not quit. Do not quit, because a sign of a person who is failing is a sign that he's trying. If a person does not fail, then it's a sign that he's not even trying. So our topic of today's talk are 7 most important lessons on how to be successful in this world and in the life after. So number one, we did put Allah first. Number two is to fail big. Number three, the third lesson on how to be successful in this world is to help others. Respected brothers, the most selfish thing you can do in this world is to help others. Why they're selfish? Because the joy you get out of when you help someone, the peace you get when you help someone, doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give him a house, or you have to give him a car, or you have to give him money. Just by helping even just a small thing can change a person's life. You're walking down the street, you see a rock on the pavement. Just to move that rock on the pathway, you will help thousands and thousands of people who will walk past that road, isn't it? You're driving on a motorway, you see a glass in the middle. Just by moving that glass into one side, you have not paid anyone, you have not given a house to anyone, but just by moving that glass, you have saved so many accidents, isn't it? So lesson number three on how to be successful is to help others. Keep on helping others. Because remember, respected brothers, this world runs in a cycle. When you help someone, Allah will make that cycle go on and on and on until a person comes and helps you. So always help others. Lesson number four, dream big. Have goals. Have goals. Have plans. Have a rota in your life. Make goals, a weekly goal, a yearly goal, a monthly goal, a daily goal. Keep tasks. When you wake up in the morning, keep a task in front of you. What are you going to do today? Even our women folks, keep a task. Doesn't matter how small it is. Keep a task. So today in the morning, after Zuhr I'm going to do this, after Asr I'm going to do this, after Maghrib I'm going to go here, after Isha I'm going to go sleep at this time. Keep a task. Not just only when you have a shopping list, no, but just generally keep a daily task, keep a weekly task, keep a monthly task, keep a yearly task. Because dreams without goals are just dreams. Dreams without goals are just dreams. And what happens, it fuels depression. Dream, but also have goals. Not just to dream. Do not just dream of something that you will never do. Dream but have goals. Dream but have goals. Keep on having goals, and this dream will eventually become successful. So lesson number 4 is to dream big. Have goals. Have a timetable. And also, just because you're doing a lot more does not mean you're getting a lot more done. Brothers, just because you're doing a lot more does not mean you're getting a lot more done. Do not confuse with movement and progress. They're two different things. Movement and progress. For example, you might be running in one place for so long, but you might not get anywhere. Do not confuse movement with progress. If you're going to work, do that work in such a way that you can get a lot in a small time. For example, after Isha Salah, there are some ibadah that you can do till Fajr. Number 1, a person can either study the deen of Islam. And number 2, a person can pray Nafal Salah from Isha all the way till Fajr, which is more rewardable. A person praying Nafal from Fajr all the way till from Isha all the way till Fajr, or a person who is studying the deen of Islam for 1 hour. Studying the deen just for 1 hour is more powerful than praying Nafal all the way. Why? Because when he is studying about the deen of Islam, this knowledge can travel around the world. That knowledge that he will get, it will benefit thousands and thousands of people. But when he is doing Nafal Salah, although he's spending 7 hours, but he's only benefiting himself. Does that make sense? So do not get confused with movement and progress. Do not think to yourself that just because you're moving a lot more, you're progressing a lot more. No. Movement should not be confused with progress. Lesson number 5. Lesson number 5 on how to be successful in this world and in the life after is number 5. Acknowledge your mistakes. Respected brothers, if our main father Adam alayhi salam can make a mistake, can me and you not make a mistake? But acknowledge the mistakes. The best of those who make mistakes are those who can ask forgiveness. The best of those, every man is a mistake maker, but the best of the mistake maker is that person who can ask forgiveness. Acknowledge your mistakes. Whether it is small, whether it is big, acknowledge your mistakes. Whether it is a mistake with your fellow colleagues, whether it is a mistake with your siblings, whether it is a mistake with your parents, whether it is a mistake as you're a student with your teacher, you made a mistake. As a musalli, you made a mistake. In the masjid, you made a mistake. On the road, you made a mistake. You've made a mistake with some non-Muslims. Whatever mistake it is, acknowledge the mistakes. You will never become successful until you cannot acknowledge your mistakes, until you cannot accept your mistakes. So lesson number 5 is to acknowledge your mistakes. Apologize. Our Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, approximately 80 times he used to ask for forgiveness in this dunya. 80 times before he did this thing. Some narrations more, but 80 times approximately he used to ask for istighfar. Why? When he is a prophet and he is faultless, he is known not to make any sins in this world. Even our Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the purest of the purest, he is saying sorry to Allah. Then who are we? Can we not say sorry to Allah? So lesson number 5, always acknowledge your mistakes. Lesson number 6, being thankful. Lesson number 6 is to be thankful. Always show gratitude. A person cannot move, cannot become successful in this world and in the life after if he does not show gratification. فَاذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرُكُمْ وَاشْكُرُوا لِي وَلَا تَكْفُرُونَ. Allah mentioned regarding being grateful. Whatever you have, the family you have, be grateful. The masjid that you have, be grateful. The iman that you have, be grateful. The amount of iman that you have, be grateful. The job that you have, be grateful. The money that you acquire, be grateful. The businesses that you have, be grateful. The children, the wife that you have, be grateful. The parents that you have, be grateful. The knowledge that you have regarding Islam, whether it is little, whether it is more, be grateful. Keep on doing shukr after shukr. Say Alhamdulillah. Say Alhamdulillah for those things which is already yours. Respected brothers, say thank you to Allah in advance for everything which is already yours. Just because you do not have a certain thing in your life does not mean it is not written for you. Allah has written your success already. Allah has planned all of your success already. But say thank you in advance for everything which is already yours. Tonight, respected brothers, I want you to do a small favor. Put your slippers under your bed. Tonight, put your slippers under your bed, because when you wake up in the morning, you will get up on your knees to get them. You will get up on your knees to get them slippers. And when you get up on your knees, say thank you to Allah for giving you a leg. Say thank you to Allah for the limbs that you have. Say thank you to Allah that at least you can kneel down. Say thank you to Allah for the eyes that He has given you, for the ears that He has given you. for the tongue that He has given you. Say thank you to Allah for everything which is already yours. Respected brothers, lesson number 6 on how to be successful in this world and in the life after is to say thank you. Be grateful for everything which you have and everything which is already yours. Lesson number 7. Use your talents. Everyone here has different talents. Some of you are doctors. Some of you are engineers. Some of you are qualified in taxi. Some of you have talent of having a nice voice. Some of you are very knowledgeable. Some of you are very, very clever, very intelligent. Some of you are good parents. Not everyone can become good parents. Some of you are good teachers. Not everyone can become a good teacher. Some of you are good managers, good bosses. Some of you are good students, loyal students. Some of you are good husbands. Not everyone can become a good husband. Some of you are good human beings. Just because you're a Muslim doesn't mean it's guaranteed a perfect human being. But some of you are gifted as to be a good human being. Some Muslims even cannot become a good human being. So, lesson number 7, this is last lesson on how to be successful, is to use your talent. Whatever Allah has given you, use it. Because on the day of judgment, Allah will ask you that Allah has given you time, what have you done with it? Allah has given you health, what have you done with it? Allah has given you knowledge, what have you done with it? Allah has given you life, how did you spend that life? So to be successful in this world and in the life after, we need to use our talent. Maybe we are doing something in our life we are not good at. Try something else. A person has a good voice. Try using that good voice into a correct thing. A person has a good knowledge. Try using that knowledge in a good thing. A person is kind. Use that kindness. A person is loyal. Use that loyalty. A person has a good iman, use that good iman. Whatever talents you have, utilize these talents before Allah takes these talents away and gives it to someone else. Every talent that you have is a gift from Allah. It is a gift from Allah. Not everyone has the talents that you have. Whatever gifts that you have, utilize that gift in the path of Allah. Not everyone has free time. If you have free time, use it in the right way. So lesson number 7, utilize your talent. You know, when we finish our university or college, our school, what do our teachers say? They say, have something to fall back on. Isn't it? Have something to fall back on. If you was to ask me, have something to fall back on, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. Because if I fall forward, at least I can see what I'm hitting on. Isn't it? Don't think there's something behind you that if you fail, you will just fall behind. No, fall forward. Because when you fall forward, at least you can see what you're hitting on. So always have talents and get them ready in front of you, rather than just relying on whatever is behind you. And remember, respect brothers, without commitment, you can never start. After today's lessons, after today's 7 important lessons, without commitment, you can never start. And without consistency, you can never finish. Remember this teaching. Without commitment, you can never start in whatever you have learned today. And without consistency, you can never finish. It is better for a person to come to the masjid and at least pray one of their salah a day, rather a person coming for Salat al-Jum'ah and staying here for 5 hours. It is better to do a little act, but being consistent about it. I don't want you to read one parah and leave the Quran for the next Ramadan. I want you to read one ayat per day. Just read Alif Lam Mim, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. خلاص. Finish. Put your Quran away. Next lesson, next day. الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. خلاص. Put your Quran away. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِن قَبْلِكَ وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ. Third day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Keep on reading just one ayat a day and keep that consistent all the way to the last day. Rather than Ramadan coming and you praying one full khatam and that's it, it's gone away for the next Ramadan. Allah likes that person who is consistent. Rather than coming for Jum'ah Salah and staying from Fajr, Zahar, Asr, Maghrib, Isha and then go home and not seeing the masjid ever again, it is better just to come for Salat al-Jum'ah once, Salat al-Zahar on Monday, Salat al-Asr on Tuesday, Salat al-Maghrib on Wednesday, Salat al-Isha on Thursday, and keep one Salah per day. Keep one ayat per day. If you cannot do 100 tasbihat, then just do one Subhanallah per day. Put your tasbihat away. No need for you to do 100. Just do one Subhanallah, put your tasbihat away. One ayat Quran. So this is lesson 7 important lessons on how to be successful. Respected brothers, may Allah give us tawfiq to act upon what has been said. May Allah give us a tawfiq to be consistent what we have and to acknowledge our mistakes, utilize our talents, always put Allah first, be kind to others. Respected brothers, wa akhir da'wahum and alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Jazakumullah. Peace, salat, Jummah, 4 o'clock.